All right, guys, here's a quick video. This is not a how-to video. This is just how I do it. I had a guy message me on the forum on how I painted my dash trim parts because he said they're real awkward. You know, with the folded edges and the way stuff is made, if you laid everything on a table, it'd be hard to paint everything. And even hanging them, it usually will leave a mark somewhere from the wire or whatever if you hang it. This is how I've always done it. It's redneck as it gets, but to me it's just real simple. I just use pieces of wood. You can see from the paint overspray on these, I use these all the time. Anyway, I put wood screws in there. These are really tall wood screws. I want to say they're maybe 3-inch, and I think it's like 1.25 inch spread that I put them in, but I do angle them outward just a little bit. But anyway, these dash trim pieces for a Tri-5 Chevy, you know, they're rolled on the edges, and when you stick your trim up there, you can squeeze the screws in and it'll lock it in place. And that allows it to be elevated up off the table or whatever you're painting it on. Or you could even hold the wood and turn it around with one hand while you spray it with a touch-up gun on the other. Because, you know, you got to get paint underneath that edge, and it's really tough to do. These A-pillar trims are always really, really tough to paint because it has that rolled over edge, you know, that goes all around. That is visible when the door's open. But anyway, this is how I do it, and I realize it's redneck, and it's probably not the correct way. This is just the way I do it. What I like about doing the wood screws and the boards is you can pick it up like that. That's how tight it's locked on there. But say the GoPro here is a paint gun. I can sit there, get paint underneath that edge right there, turn that around, paint that edge under there. Anyway, the A-pillar trims, they're a little bit more involved. Now, the other one I have has a triple gauge pod thing I've fabricated on it. So I've actually built a fixture out of all thread to bolt it down to hold it. But this one is for the passenger side. So I basically used 2 wood screws, and I bent in the shape of like a Z, a piece of strap, and it basically locks in under there like that. And it also is locked down. But that'll allow me to get around that edge right there. These are A-pillar trims are really tough to paint for a hard top. And like I said, everybody's different. This is just the way I do it, so you can laugh all you want. It works for me. Another thing I use is pieces of strap. I've covered this in an older video, but since this is a fixture video, I'll run you through it. Just a long stick of strap from Lowe's or Home Depot. Drill a hole in that end, bend one end in a 90. You can bend it in a bench vise or whatever, pair of pliers, whatever. Anyway, I bolted that down. This is, you know, the steering column turn signal housing, and got a little screw in there. None of that matters because you won't see none of that, but you have to paint this edge under here. So when I do this, I've got a handle to hold on to as I spray it with a touch-up gun all inside, out, and around. And when I'm done spraying it, I can then hang it like this on some pieces of wire hanger that I've got hung up there. I've got them pieces of hook wire made out of coat hangers and just wire everywhere. They're hanging everywhere in this garage. Because I usually paint something in my hand, these small parts like that. Like the horn center right there, just a piece of strap steel screwed down in a factory location with an old factory screw. So this way I can paint this thing and get it all done. And then got the hole in the end right there to hang it right up. So anyway, guys, that is how I paint my dash trim on a Tri-5 Chevy.